How long has it been since you revisited that game? You know the one, where you always want to return but didn't have the time and were actually off playing something else. The time is now, though there are a few things that could happen when loading up a really old save. So let's take a look at 15 of them here. Forgetting where you are. It's one thing to know that you're Cassandra, who's fighting for her family and to discover her true purpose. It's quite another to load into a map you barely remember on the outskirts of some outpost, not sure whether you were friends with the Athenians or Spartans and who suffered from your decisions. Don't even get us started on loading into Fallout 4 with your custom character, unsure of the mess that you've made or which faction you've aligned with. Forgetting where to go. Even worse, however, is what to do next. Should you do the raid in Destiny 2 that seemed like a decent way to level up? Maybe you'll clear some camps or attack a convoy in Mad Max. Convoys are good, right? In a sandbox title like Minecraft or Terraria, that confusion is multiplied tenfold as you try to remember which goal you were pursuing and what to do next. Facing the horror. Of course, it inevitably hits you, all the terrible things you've done. Did I really side with the Institute and kill everyone in Fallout 4? How did I not know about that creepy plague maiden in The Witcher 3? You kind of hope that Preston Garvey didn't take it too badly when you unleashed raiders upon your old settlements. Forgetting how to play. When Crosscode received its arena update, I was enthusiastic about all the stuff to get back to. Unfortunately, this also meant trying to figure out how to use certain abilities, which enemies were weak to certain elements, how to properly block, etc. If you have a complicated build or setup like in Path of Exile, remembering how you got around, not dying to every little thing in the Atlas can become a frustrating experience. Who are these people again? So who was that guy again? It may sound odd, but you'd be surprised how, after spending dozens of hours throughout the Kingdom Hearts franchise, players can come back and wonder who the hell Vanitas, Xion, or Leah were. Of course, much of this could be chalked up to forgettable characters. Good luck remembering the 3 central NPCs in Rage 2 in about a month or so. After all, some of us will never forget the likes of Aerith or Sephiroth just due to how iconic they are. Forgetting boss patterns. My favorite part of getting back into Dark Souls 3 was fighting Champion Gundyr. He was a relatively easy chump the last time, but now I was struggling. Did he really have all of these combos before? Do I really have to parry this and that? How the heck did I do this last time? This could also be applied to some of the more complicated boss fights in a series like Persona. Forgotten tips and tricks. The raids in Destiny aren't all that tough once you learn the mechanics of each encounter. However, all those little tips, tricks, and exploits, like staying up top during the Templar fight in Vault of Glass, or the skips in the Abyss for Crota's End, can be forgotten with time. On one occasion, my seasoned team of raiders forgot to dispel the barrier that the Templar cast in Vault of Glass before firing rockets. You can guess what happened next. Hint, they died. Seeing characters in a new light. When returning to games you haven't played in a long time, some characters can be a bit more endearing. I forgot just how great the cast of SteamWorld Heist were, and their quirks and odd traits made them that much more lovable. Likewise, it's easy to find some characters, like Sora from Kingdom Hearts, vastly more annoying than before. Believe it or not, he always had such terrible lines. Which save is correct? How many hours have you put into The Division, Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Path of Exile, and so on and so forth? How many saves did you make? It's not weird to have multiple characters or multiple races and builds, each pursuing their own stories and quests. The question is, which is the save you last remembered being worth a damn? Which one is worth getting back into? What weapons and heroes are the best? Let's say you haven't played Fortnite Battle Royale in a while. Good luck figuring out which guns are good, where to find them, and the hundreds of other little bizarre things that have been added since then. The same goes for games like Dota 2 that are constantly updated and changed, leaving you to wonder which heroes are viable and in what setups. Don't worry though, in Overwatch, Goats is still viable a year later, and no, that's not a compliment. Redoing your build. For looter shooters that face changes, it's even worse. You could very well redo your entire build in The Division, grinding out better loot to keep pace with the new content or changes. If you haven't played Destiny 2 in the past year, just picked up Forsaken and the annual pass for Season of Opulence, and wonder if you should still run Whisper of the Worm, oh boy, we've got some news for you. Rediscovering your messy inventory. All that stuff you picked up in Fallout 4, all those guns and gear that you one day promised to sort out and sell, are still there. But that's the problem. They're still there in that unorganized state in which you left them. Want to figure out which guns you thought of keeping because you might want to try them someday, which never really came? Good one. 100% completion. Of course, when you load up an old save, it's usually to go back and finish up whatever was left. Remaining quests, locked achievements and trophies, missing lore and weapons, the works. It's not a bad thing, honestly, and at times, it can lead you to discover new things about the story and gameplay while also providing that ever-elusive sense of pride in you-know-what. Remembering why you stopped. Then again, you could just rediscover why you stopped playing in the first place. It might not even be because of the excessive grinding, having done pretty much everything like The Division, or remembering what made a game like Anthem so flawed. Sometimes, it could be just because the damn thing won't start, and we're looking at you, Anthem. Corrupted and missing saves. Of course, your save could also become corrupted. It may not sound like something that happens in this day of cloud storage, but in the olden days of game cartridges and system memory, it wouldn't be strange to log back in and find your data for Pokemon Red and Blue just gone. At least we'll always have the nostalgia. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from Gaming Bolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.